guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Sam and I just recently went on the spring 2020 voyage of semester at sea, and I've gotten a couple questions in the comments on my videos about like exactly how much this program costs. And I remember when I was trying to figure out whether I could go or not, I really wanted to know the exact amount of money that I would be spending. And there are just a lot of extra costs that you don't really think about or know about when you're applying for this. I just wanted to go over everything that I had to spend money on and pretty much the total amount of money that semester at sea will roughly cost you. I just want to start by throwing out there that semester at sea is super expensive. But it's also one of the best things that you're ever going to get to do in your entire life. So if you want to figure out how to do it and maybe make it a little less expensive, then keep watching. So first I'm going to talk about the base cost that everybody knows about: tuition and room and board. So there are multiple different cabin types. So for my voyage, the lowest price cabin was an inside triple, and it was $25,999. And then it goes up to $28,999, and then the highest priced room is the outside double room, which is $31,999. So when I first signed up, I knew that I wanted to be in the cheapest room, and honestly it's the best thing to do because you're never in your room. Your room does not matter, I promise you. If you want the cheapest room, you're gonna have to sign up really quickly. I remember I signed up like a year in advance for my voyage, and I got put on the wait list for the cheapest room because they were already all filled up. They also have saver cabins. So as we're getting closer to the voyage and you like realize how expensive things are, sometimes they'll offer to you a saver cabin. I'm not exactly sure how much. I think they take several $1,000s off your trip. I didn't meet anybody in a saver cabin, and they're only offered to certain people. It's not something that you can just sign up for, but that could be an option. That is definitely not the only cost you're gonna have. There are so many other costs. So the first fee that you're gonna have when considering doing a semester at sea is the application fee. There's a $50 application fee, but a lot of the times you can find codes to apply for free. So after you've been accepted and you got your cabin type, you create an account to something called My Voyage, which is where you go on and you can pay your bill, pay your tuition, all that stuff. So the next fee that you have to think about is fuel. They charge you an initial fuel fee of around $1,000. For mine, it says that it was $925, so that was on top of tuition and room and board. Also, from semester at sea, if you want to do any field programs, they have field programs that you can sign up for, and they are extra money. So they have all kinds of cool trips and excursions that you can do. I was signed up for a couple of them, but a lot of them didn't end up happening because our voyage was kind of a shit show and we had to come home a month early because of the virus. Just basing off my own independent travel, the field programs are definitely way more expensive to do things than you can do them on your own. So you can definitely plan independent travel, go do the same things pretty much that the field programs are doing, and you can do it for less money. And I personally think that it's way more fun to do independent travel. I like the challenge of trying to figure out how to get around and just being in a foreign country on your own. I like that challenge. And when I was on the field programs, I kind of just felt like I was on a class field trip. I just personally don't really like the field programs because I like to be out on my own and I like to go do my own thing when I want. But if you do decide to do these field programs, there'll be extra money added onto your My Voyage account, and then you have to pay them off before you go on the ship, or they'll be charged to your shipboard account when you get on the ship. But I would average around like $3,000 is what most people spend average on total for all their field programs. So the next fee that you have to think about is visas. For my particular voyage, we needed 3 visas for India, Ghana, and China. That was a total of $750 roughly to get those 3 visas. So that was a big extra cost. And then another big extra cost is vaccinations. They give you a list of all these recommended vaccines that you should get maybe before you go. You have to get malaria medication. I did have to pay $150 for a yellow fever vaccination. So So that was another cost. Textbooks. You're gonna need textbooks for your classes because this is college after all. Honestly, I only use one of my textbooks. If you don't want to buy an expensive textbook, don't buy it. You could probably just wait, and then if you really do need it, download it in the first port and get the Kindle version. So I just really didn't use mine. It was kind of a waste of money for the ones that I did get because I didn't even need them. More fees that you have to think about is all the stuff that you need to go on this trip. So you have to stock up on every beauty product you use, every like toiletry, your shampoo, your conditioner. You have to stock up on all that stuff before you go and you have it. Also, a lot of people bought new luggage for this trip because you need nice large luggage that you probably didn't have before. I already had a huge rolling duffel bag, which I highly recommend bringing duffel bags because they fold down. About a month before we were leaving, so I think it was like December 1st, we got a nice email from Semester at Sea saying the price of fuel was going up and that they were gonna have to charge us another $975 for fuel. I was about to leave. I didn't have that much time to make another $1,000 before my trip, which is ridiculous that they waited so long to tell us about this fee. But they basically said that it would be charged to our shipboard account in 3 different payments. So that was kind of ridiculous. I was a little bit mad about that, but you do sign a contract saying that, you know, they could add more fuel costs if they needed to. Okay, so as far as spending money in ports, now this is gonna be kind of hard to judge because it depends on the person completely. We actually had a club on our voyage called the 10K Club. I don't know if this was true or not, I just heard about it, but they're called the 10K Club, and they were trying to spend $10,000 in each port, and I was not a part of that club, to say the least. I was trying to spend $10 in each port because I did not have that kind of money. Some countries are more than others. Japan was really expensive. Vietnam was not that expensive. So if you're going on a normal voyage where things go right and you get to go to all of your ports, then I would say that it would be a good idea to have at least $5,000 extra to spend on independent travel. And then our voyage was going to end in Europe, and I was planning to do some traveling around Europe. So then I think if you're planning to do something like that, then you're going to need like another $1,000. If you have a lot of field programs booked and they're already pre-booked, and you know, like for certain countries, everything's already planned, you have those field programs paid for, and all you're gonna have to really pay for extra is like some souvenirs, then you don't need as much extra spending money if you had already paid that money for the field programs. There's also some visas that they don't tell you about. Like when we went to Vietnam, I saw that we got charged $55 for a visa, and I didn't realize that we needed a visa. I thought we had already got all of our visas before we left. But I guess for a country like Vietnam, you just get it a couple days before you go there, and they do it for you, and then they just charge your account. So that was another $50 added to my account. On the ship, they have a pool bar where you can get smoothies and burgers and fries and all this extra stuff. It does cost extra money. It's not a lot of money. Like a burger is like $3. I didn't really do that. I just like figured, why would I pay for food when I can go get it free in the dining hall? But sometimes you do get sick of the ship dining hall food, so you just want a burger from the grill. Also, they have a spa on the ship that you could potentially spend more money at. They have a hair salon. You can get your nails done. You can also do fancy dinner. It's $30. And you get like a 5-course meal and champagne and all this stuff. I never did it because I just wanted to spend my money in ports. I wasn't really trying to spend money on the ship. Overall, those are your costs. It's really hard for me to say what you'll spend in each port because it is different for everybody, and some people can go the cheap route and like stay in like $5 hostels, and if you're chill with eating sushi from 7-Eleven versus getting like a $30 meal somewhere, then you're obviously going to spend a lot less than a person who's getting the awesome beachfront villa. I'm more of the stay in a hostel, get that 7-Eleven sushi, save the money. Another cost that you have to think about is your flights. Mine left from San Diego. I'm from Pennsylvania, so I had to fly from Pennsylvania to San Diego. So that was like another $500. We ended up disembarking in South Africa, so I had to fly home from South Africa. It was around $700, so those are two more big fees that you have to keep in mind. All right, so another thing that I want to talk about that could actually make your trip cheaper, believe it or not, is the opportunity of scholarships. So they do have scholarships that you can apply for. They have one that's need-based, which I'm pretty sure they just based it off my parents' income, and it can go up to $10,000. I applied for that one and I ended up getting $5,000. Another one that they have that everybody can apply for is the merit scholarship slash grant. It says it goes up to $2,000. I applied for it and I got $1,000. Some people had scholarships at their main campuses that applied to semester at sea. You can also use your regular financial aid if you're getting financial aid from your normal school. And then they also have more scholarships that are a little bit harder to get. Most people didn't get them, and they do have some where it's like a work study. You work 2 hours a day on the ship and then $4,000 is taken off your tuition. Some of my friends had those jobs. I know a lot of people apply for them, so they are a little bit harder to get. But I just want to end the video by saying, if you really want to do this and you can make it happen, you totally should. I almost didn't do it. Well, when I first found out about the program, I was like, yes, I'm doing it. And then I learned about how expensive it is and all these extra costs. And I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do that. That's so much money. Even though our voyage was a complete like shit show and we didn't get to go to half our places and we had to get off a month early, I don't regret it at all. It was still like the best experience of my entire life. And in the end, when you're old and you're on your deathbed, you're not gonna think about that $30,000 car that you got. You're gonna think about that awesome time when you lived on a ship and sailed around the world with a bunch of college kids. This is the type of thing that makes life worth living. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful to you. If you have any more questions about semester at sea, I'm totally down to make more videos about it and just on my overall experience. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.